And Peter, we do have Magnus with us. Magnus, the day ended well, but it started with a big shaky start for you.
Yeah, that was super. Well, that was surprising and unpleasant all at the same time. We played this line where I knew there was this game between Nils Scandelius and I think Neil Saren. I hope I'm not mixing kids up. And that's all I knew really. So I decided whatever, I'll just go for this. And then he played something else, and well, then I went for c4, which was just a really ugly move. Just wasn't sure what to do, like to put the rook on the fourth rank also looked weird. But that was a horrible decision. Like he just got the chance to put his pieces on good squares, and I mean, I just had a passive in poor position. Like I shouldn't have collapsed like I did, but I was in shock. But after that, I felt like I was pushing. I mean, losing the second game without a fight must have been a cold shower for him. And after that, I felt like I was doing well.
With the third game, it felt again that you were probably in a little bit of a trouble after the opening, no? Or did you feel that you were comfortable throughout?
No, I feel like I mean, there were two critical moments. First of all, he could have taken on f4. Then he's probably better, but I thought the position is pretty playable, and sometimes in these structures, like not having the dark square bishop is really bad for the queen side. So I could sort of go knight a4, bishop t2, and my king can be tucked away eventually. So I thought it wasn't like practically it wasn't so bad. But the really bad moment was when I played g4. That was just insane. Like I just thought e5, g5, ed4, I go knight a4 and I win a piece, and then of course the knight is trapped. Like I mean, I spent 3 seconds on g4. That was just stupid, because at that point I had a perfectly playable position.
But then queen b4 was a big relief, no? Trading off the queens in that position.
Yeah, I thought then I'm not getting mated, but I was sure he'd play queen d4 because he was already kind of short of
time, no?
Short of time. Yeah. And I mean, after that, I thought I wouldn't lose. And I was just trying to keep the game going by not exchanging pieces. And it worked out very well, probably better than it should have. Then the last game, I mean, I could have spared myself a lot of time by just by playing a6. I mean, that's such a well-known motif as well. It just wasn't on my radar. Also, he was playing confidently, so I thought, I mean, he's not going to play this confidently and just blunder something that loses the game in one move, or at least make sure he doesn't win. But that was crazy. But anyway, the way that I played, he was probably better, but he couldn't make any of it. And this a5 plan was just didn't work.
Did you spot a6 right after you played bishop a6, or after the game was
over? No, not at all. He told me about it after the game. Damn. It wasn't even on my radar.
But maybe that's a good thing then, because you'd get really upset with yourself.
Well, I'm a little bit upset now, but no, it's fine. It's fine. This wasn't a great match anyway, but no, of course. I'm not upset. I'm more embarrassed, to be fair.
Well, at least it ended well, Magnus. But if you have a little bit of time, do you want to just look at the Giri-Pragg endgame with Peter?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, first of all, hello, Magnus. Welcome.
Hi,
and congratulations. It was a very shaky match, that's for sure, but it ended well. And what do you think? Will Pragg win this? Yeah, I guess so.
What's the time? 2 minutes? Yeah, he'll win this. I think he'll go f6, then rook b2, and then white is just completely paralyzed. Oh, this is also fine, pushing d3.
Yeah, he went knight c4.
This probably just wins on the spot.
Yeah, there was this, I don't know if you have seen it, that what kind of tactical shot Anish has missed. Yeah, it was this position, and then he missed rook d3, rook c2.
Oh,
This is how we got to this position. Yeah, that was the key moment.
yeah, that's a bad miss.
Yeah.
And now, yeah. Did he had to go like bishop a3 or something, yeah?
Yeah, he went for bishop a3, and then yeah, they ended up in this pawn down position. And Pragg is also playing very energetically. That's what I told Tanya, that if Anish would get into some technical position, he would have chances, but he never gets a setup.
Yeah, now I think simply d2 wins, rook d1, rook d3, and you're just not in time.
Yeah, d2 on the board.
So what happens if you bring your king?
You
Knight
bring,
d4, yeah?
you bring your king, yeah, knight d4, also f5, if king f2, it's all over.
And if you start with knight f2, there's rook c3, rook c1.
Yeah, there's also knight b2.
Mm.
I mean, the white bishop is just horrible.
It's kind of hard, no, when you make a move like rook d3 to come back from it, just miss this one move tactic.
Yeah, but I mean, can I have a look at the position? It didn't look so fair to me. So he went
At what point?
like after he lost the pawn, just
You know,
like
if you just back up.
analyzing it in my mind.
Takes. I mean,
Yeah,
he
I
was
thought-
hoping for this d5, yeah, but it
Oh.
backfired somehow.
Oh, yeah, okay, this I get. Maybe instead of d5, he should have just gone rook a3, like bring his knight to from g4 to e3, and then it's not so easy to win, I think.
Yeah, and eventually then maybe d5, yeah. Yeah, knight's
I mean,
completely
it's
hopeless,
ugly,
yeah.
of course. Oh, it's ugly, of course. Now, yeah, you can do pretty much anything here as black, I believe. f5 is probably easiest, just knight f2, rook c3, king e2 is knight e4. I mean, rook c3 or b3 or whatever.
Yeah, looks brutal enough, yeah. And we are expecting this from Pragg, yeah, because yeah, f5 on the board,
F5.
knight f2.
He's smelling some Dutch blood in the water.
You've got a tiebreak today coming up with Lev and Duda. What do you make of that?
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, that's exciting though.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I feel like Duda has a slight edge there.
Rook d7. That's a bit surprising, no? Rook c3 looked very direct.
Yeah, but he's threatening knight e3 and king e2.
Knight d4.
Knight d4, king d3, rook b2. Sorry, knight b2 is a fork. But at least he does allow knights. Yeah, he does allow rook a1 and then knight d1. So I think that was a minor inaccuracy. But I don't.
But you
think...
can go knight e3 now, no? And after king e2, just pick up the g2 pawn.
No,
No, you
then,
don't do that.
No, you don't do that. Then there's knight d3.
Knight d3 and picking up
And
d3. Yeah.
also you could go rook g1 and pick up the knight. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
wouldn't,
sorry.
yeah, you wouldn't want to displace your knight like that. So there's a little bit of work now.
Yeah, after all, Pragg is down to 47 seconds. If he won't be able to, I mean, he won't be able to shut the game down, and white gets knight, yeah, knight is the check, king e2.
Okay, don't take knight g2. Do
Oh,
not take knight
knight
g2.
d4 is nice.
And king knight c2.
Yeah, knight d4 is nice. But the game goes on a little bit.
What do you play after?
King d2, knight c2,
No, king
e2.
d. Yeah, king d2, knight c2.
Yeah, king e2 or knight d3 maybe. And then you should of course win, but it's
But it's interesting, he's not blitzing out knight d4, yeah?
No, he doesn't want to give up the pawn.
And down to 10. Okay, finally
Okay.
knight d4 check, yeah?
No, but this is still a fight. This is not over. So he goes for this immediately. I expect knight d3 now.
Knight c2, knight d. Or knight e5 is coming as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Black pieces are pretty badly coordinated at the moment.
But you probably give a check anyway on knight c2. And king e2, we go knight 54, 96. No, 95 always. Oh,
Yeah. Also, I'm wondering if the position could potentially be drawn if knights are exchanged.
with this G2
What do you
pawn.
think, Peter? Like you just put if you can put the bishop on the G1, A7 diagonal, and then just wait with the king on F1.
Yeah, it's a very tricky endgame. Yeah.
It's probably losing somehow. It is. I would say Anish has at least like 10 to 15% chance of holding this.
But yeah, this king h5 followed by g5, I believe that this is clever, practically, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
I mean, making sure we will not blunder anything, and then we take it from there. Yeah.
Yeah. So knight f4. I think Anish will just go back. So also what he's doing is he's trying to make Pragg calculate something like knight d3, g5, if there's f4, and then knight d5 or something. So probably he'll just bring his knight back for now. Knight d4, knight e6.
But I guess Anish is also super relieved that he got rid of this d pawn. Yeah, that the game is not over yet.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is the best situation he's had in a while.
Unfortunately, it shows how bad it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, oh, f4. That's really committal. I don't like that
So
move.
rook a7, rook a2, you go bishop f2.
I don't like that move at all.
Yeah, because finally also black will have this rook ac and then knight x7, rook dc, knight f, whatever. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, but this is the trap that he wants to trap the knight on. Oh, it actually doesn't even work. King e2, rook a2, king f3. Where's the knockout?
Is g5 an option?
G5, bishop e3.
G4 doesn't work.
No, I don't think so. But you can go gf4 and then you force white to take with the bishop on f4 because knight f4 and knight g5 is mates.
Oh, that's nice. Peter, can we show that? G5 bishop. Oh,
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like he will never play g5. You don't want to play g5.
No. Okay, now bishop e3.
Yeah, and it's some kind of a, I mean, not fortress, but at least it's something.
Yeah, I would say in case of g5, I mean, you have to take twice probably, give up the bishop. Then it's probably a pretty straightforward win.
If you don't play g5, there is no other way to break, right? You've got to go g5 at some point.
Yeah, probably. I guess you can probably maneuver the pieces and in some way, like bring the knight around to e4 maybe. It's not like white's gonna create any threats anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, there is this knight c7, knight d5 to start with. Yeah.
Yeah, knight c7 is nice.
But okay, Pragg is down to 10 seconds on the clock. This is slightly disturbing. Rook b4 played.
Yeah, expect to see king f3. Oh, knight d3. Okay. I think black should probably exchange the knight for the bishop at some
He's going
point.
for this plan.
Yeah, knight c7 looks good.
So would you go knight d5, knight f6, knight e4?
Potentially. I think we'll go knight d5 first and then see where white puts his pieces. So now rook a2. Well, I thought rook a2, but anyway, white is like, imagine rook a king. King e2, rook a3. White is in semi-zugzwang, I think. Or maybe there's knight b4. I don't know. It's hard to find a move. Also, king e2, rook d4 is unpleasant. Bishop c1.
Yeah,
is
king
cool.
e2 on the board.
Yeah, rook d4, then king bishop c1 is the only move. This is also nice, forcing the king back. Yeah, knight f6. Should pretty much clinch it.
Yeah, now it feels it's over. Yeah.
You probably just lose the g2 pawn, no? Maybe you have to go knight f2. That's really ugly.
Yeah, that's no, but then you just go knight e4 anyway, and you should win quite easily.
Trade and king e2 should be easy.
Take rook a3, then bring the king around. Eventually, you can win. You can win maybe rook. Maybe there's.
We might be seeing it.
No. Okay, this is nice. King e2 will just go king g6. King e3, you can just take.
Yeah, if takes, then already we have king g6, king f5 idea. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's it. No chances.
Impressive
Yeah,
stuff
it's
by Pragg,
basically
no?
designable now.
Yeah, Pragg is very good technically, and he also keeps his cool with little time in an admirable way. It comes with being young.
Something really clicks for him in this format. He tends to perform really well here.
Yeah, he also played really well in the Olympiad. So I mean, he's just very good now. So I mean, I wouldn't expect him to beat Anish every day, but it's not a shocker.
But having this opportunity to play against all of you guys regularly has definitely helped him over the last year, no?
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah. Oh, rook b2. He's just taunting him. He doesn't even want the
He
pawn
could have just
ending.
taken rook d2.
Yeah, I could have just taken.
He's trolling Ganesh. Yeah, just trolling. Yeah.
Pragg is not a troller. Is he gonna take it now?
No. Nope.
No.
This is
Okay. So he wasn't trolling. He just wanted
He
to
wasn't
prepare the fifth rank attack against the pawn.
But now there's bishop c3. Nah.
Takes in rook g5.
Takes. Yeah. I was wondering if you could then take e4 with the king, but you don't get back with the kings.
H3 falls and.
Well, he's
But
trying.
rook d2 just seems so much cleaner, no?
It was cleaner. When you have a winning pawn ending, then that's usually a good. You cannot blame him for the way he's found, because it's also very clean.
So we are expecting rook f5, bishop g7, rook g5. Yeah.
Yeah. And then.
I mean, Pragg already had another h pawn against Sindarov, yeah, when it was difficult, but it was winning, and he passed the test quite confidently.
Yeah.
So,
But if you could imagine that white could put the bishop on e5 now, then I mean, it still would be very easy because of there's a trick with rook g3, but that's the kind of. I mean, let's imagine that, that all the pawns except the h4 pawn falls, and then the white king is actually not cut off. Then it would be a draw. Not an easy draw, but still a draw. But this way, yeah.
And that position is winning if the pawn is on h5, right?
On h5 or h6 or h7, as Pragg actually showed.
In the Olympiad.
In the Olympiad, like he found I think he was struggling a bit at the start, and then he actually found a way very nicely, because it isn't super intuitive how to win that.
yeah, exactly, because then finally h4 was the winning move for him. Yeah, and it took him some time, because he knew that exactly the pawn should be as backward as possible, so he did not want to push.
Yeah, I think at first he was a bit apprehensive to push it from h3 to h4, but he got there eventually.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yeah,
now,
that's it.
yeah,
Basically, okay, Anish has to design. There is no way to put any resistance here.
yeah. But this is, of course, this is a very unpleasant situation for him. Going into the last game, score tied. You have the white pieces. You know, shouldn't lose. But I think after the blunder that he made, Pragg has just punished him. Now
just go rook g3, or just anywhere actually because of the fourth round cut.
Yeah, the most sadistic plan is probably just to put the rook on g2 and the pawn on h3, and then you can move the king all the way around.
I mean, Pragg already had this 9 classical games, so he's very much up to. That was the moment when his opponent actually resigned. Yeah, it was probably a better position than this one that Anish has.
Yeah. Okay, so he'll just push h3 and then rook b2 would be my guess.
And king g3.
No, like h3 and then bishop g3.
But why not bishop g1?
Then also rook b2.
Oh yeah,
g3.
rook g2.
Yeah. So this is it's very much over.
Wow.
Okay, I don't think I'll stay to watch the final agony.
Sure.
So.
No, I mean, I was hoping for Anish to design so that we can ask you some questions. Yeah. Because otherwise it would have been unpolite towards Pragg, yeah, that he's about to beat Anish and we are not focusing on his game. That's it. All right.
Okay.
So Tanya, now you have green light.
I already asked my question. I want to know actually what you did after that first game. You get these 10 minutes off, and there are all these rooms where you get to chill in. What do you do there? Do you actually see some chess or?
Yeah, I mean, I looked a little bit of my prep for the next game. But of course, I mean, I played the French, so you don't want to look too much at the positions because then they don't appear as good. I mean, I wasn't so pissed as much as just in shock, because don't usually lose that way. So it was just super weird.
You mentioned prep, and then you're talking about French, but you also happened to play 1-8-3, and then you had this hippo structure with black, which you were all discussing about. Where are all these new openings?
No, I played them before. You just haven't been paying attention. But I'm not A3 specifically. But the modern and the French I played a bit recently, so that's nothing new. But I probably won't be playing A3 anytime soon. I mean, it's a decent move, but it's not super exciting. And then funnily in the game, when he went for this London system, like having the pawn on A3 turned out to be disadvantage because I cannot go queen b3, queen b6, and then c5.
Because your queen's hanging.
My queen's hanging, yeah, exactly. That was a bit unfortunate. In other lines, I think the pawn on a3 is very useful, but maybe what I should have done here. Oh, I shouldn't give away my prep though for the next.
Well, you declared you're not playing this anytime soon.
But maybe I should have gone like queen b3 here, and then if queen b6. Sorry, Peter.
Sorry, but it was queen b3 or d3?
Queen b3.
Queen b3.
And then after queen b6, I can at least, you know, I can take and go e4. This doesn't look so bad actually. I'm not sure if I should take on d5 even, or just to go e4 immediately.
Well, I mean, since Tanya was quite harsh with your play, then Tanya, how would you react?
I was not
How
harsh
would you
with
react to
it.
Magnus's reaction now with takes cd5? How do you take?
Honestly, after the way he survived after playing a3 and getting his king all the way to g2 and playing g4, I don't know what to say anymore about any position he comes up with, Peter.
Okay, fair guess. But what would be your take now after cd5? Because I'm not sure. I need some help.
After cd5, what to recapture with?
Yes, how to recapture? Yeah.
I would not recapture with the c pawn.
Because the
because I
b5 square,
don't
yeah?
like knight b5. So maybe ed5?
ed5, rock solid. Okay.
Yeah, ED looks good. So I should probably go E4 instead of taking on D5. That's what I wanted to do.
Do you not care about? No, you don't care about it.
Maybe bishop E7 is a trick. So okay, let's
Yeah,
forget.
bishop e7.
Okay, forget about E4. I'll go G4, bishop G6, and then E4.
I thought like you just say that no, hang on, it's getting interesting. You will not reveal any more of your deep ideas. Yeah.
No, but this looks actually E4. This looks pretty good for white.
And if I take
You
on e4,
you
you take
played
on g6.
E4 in one go. You have, you have A3, which is actually super useful. Now you go knight E4 next. White is just better. Okay.
Yeah, a nice Scandinavian, yeah, for white.
Or nice anything. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you mean Scandinavian like this line
Exactly
would be.
the structure, yeah, the pawn structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Magnus, you need to be a little more responsible, because last time when you started playing all these bomb cloud stuff, then suddenly online everyone started copying you, going f3, going for this for all of this stuff. And
Yeah,
now
but this is very different though. A3 is basically A3 is pretty useful.
in many openings.
Yeah. So you're just taking somebody out of. So the thing is, if you play such an opening, like you already have more knowledge than your opponent, which is also, which is an advantage. So, like for instance, when I played H4 against Yi, like that's obviously not a good move, but it's not horrible. And I knew which setups where this was actually useful, like in normal opening. So I mean, I think it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And Magnus, can I ask you a personal question? After A3, if black plays E5, then can you reveal your prep, or that's something for the next game?
Okay. So at this point, I would go C4.
Because I was telling Tanya that if you play AC and the opponent makes the mistake of playing E5, then you blitz out C4 and you feel like the moral winner of the story, no?
Yeah. It would be the same after H4, E5, also then C4.
Because you were doing some H5 business on move 3, yeah, with black.
No, but but this I think was played by Bosboom. Like he played C4, E5, H4. This is okay. It's not like majorly worse for white at all.
Because wasn't it you that invented this E4, C5, knight F6, knight C6, bishop B5, H5?
Actually, it wasn't me. It was Peter Heine, but I played it. Yeah.
Wow, Peter Heine, really? Oh my God! Yeah.
I think it started by he wanted to see, for some reason. I think he was bored and he wanted to see how bad this move was. And then we started to see there are some ideas of going E6 and then G5. So it's not horrible.
Yeah, that's I think the trick. Yeah, that people also you put a tremendous pressure on someone after H5. He feels like if he's not punishing them, then it's a terrible. I mean, people will be laughing at him. And if it's not so bad, then in fact psychological game. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And also like making one strange move in the opening usually means that your position is at least semi-playable. So, and you have the advantage of more knowledge. Like people often make the mistake of thinking like if you make one strange move, then you're going to make a lot more, but that doesn't have to be the case. I mean, it was the case in my game with A3 today. I have to take some self-criticism on that one, but it doesn't have to be.
Wow, I mean, it's an eye-opener, no, Tanya, for us classical players.
I'm going to conclude this by saying that only he can get away with this kind of stuff. Do not try this at home. Magnus, you're going to hang out with us for the tiebreak, or do you have to go?
I don't have to go, but I will go.
Okay, fine.
All right.
You could have just said I have to go. All right, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Magnus. Yeah.